Today I'd like to talk about who is an addict. Let's talk about it right after this. Who is an addict? It says in the card it's men or women or anybody that has an obsession or a compulsion that uses drugs in one form or another. As an addict myself, I found so many means and ways to get more drugs in one form or another, just like it says in the card. And what I would just think about day in, day out, every day, every moment, every minute, every second, was to pick up a substance and put it in my body. I would obsess about it. It's not just the using the drugs, it's not just the high, but it was also the getting. It was the euphoric feeling. And all I wanted was more. So as a person who is an addict, people that go to meetings and share their strength and hopes, but their struggles, why am I here? Well, I'm here because I want to relieve myself of this obsessive compulsion or behavior, the freedom of using drugs. So who is an addict? It took me a while to come to that conclusion that I was a using drug addict. But I knew when I was using my drugs, my dope out there in the streets, I knew I wanted to quit. But I couldn't. I didn't know why and I didn't know how. I just couldn't quit. Someone helped me find a way to come to meetings to understand that this was a new way of life for me. Addicts are not just people who use drugs or alcohol. There's the compulsive behavior of using people, manipulating, getting things to find their own way to some personal gain. The addictive behavior that I didn't understand about it myself was that I found out that I can manifest in different ways. May not be just drugs, may not be just alcohol. Could be gambling, could be sex, definitely can be food. Anyways, my behavior also manifested in video games at one point. And I played games until I lost so much sleep that I was sick. I missed work because I couldn't stop playing games. This is the addictive behavior, or an addict. A life myself I've gained to understand about is that I cannot do these things anymore. I use drugs for the sense of escape, the numbing feeling, to not be taking responsibility of things that were happening, whether it's paying bills, whether it's putting food in the fridge for my children, whether or not I was taking care of myself, not taking showers, for example, not being hygienic, not taking care of my teeth, not doing any of the responsible things. As an addict or a using addict, I was very much in denial. I didn't believe I was an addict, and I didn't believe I had a problem. And co-workers and friends to be there helped me find my way, helped me admit my wrongs. And once I got there, I started going to meetings. I stopped picking up my drugs. That's all it was. That's all I needed to do, was to stop picking up the drugs and to start fixing myself. As an addict, we have to change our thinking. Our brains, from my understanding, like mine, was all wired up wrong. There was short-circuiting, and I had to look at it like I have to be like an electrician. I have to rewire my thinking. I got to unplug the wires that are burned out and replace it and rewire things properly so that my brain can work and function properly. I had to change my thinking. I had to learn a new way to live. And I had to admit that I was an addict. I didn't understand that addiction was a disease. It's a mental disorder. The symptom was picking up drugs. But the problem was my thinking. And I had to change my thinking, and that's what I was told. As an addict, we have to change our thinking to get better. Change our thinking comes in place when we don't use drugs, when we don't pick up our dope, or we don't pick up our alcohol, or we don't go gambling or do any of those obsessive compulsive behavior things. Stay away from all that. Then we can start working on self. So guiding myself with self-help, I go to meetings. And the meetings are usually 12-step self-help groups, and they're fellowships. Those fellowships are there to help us. I find that they're not counselors, they're not professionals, but they are other individuals who have the same disease as I do. This is where we as addicts can network and help other addicts, but most of all help ourselves. This is the end of the video. I do appreciate everybody watching, and I would like to thank you. And again, if you like what you see and you want to see more, click the like, subscribe. In the description I will put a link in, and it's a quiz. Simple quiz, no pass or fail. Quiz is called Am I an Addict? Take it. I'll leave this up to you. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter what, don't pick up. Thanks for watching. Peace.